Shit, what's happening, guys? So I just wanted to come and try this live streaming out to see how it works for if I can actually stream while I trade. So we're gonna see how this is. I'm looking at BNGO right now, so I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna trade. I've already taken a few trades today, so I'll go over those quick with you guys while I'm kind of watching BNGO here. I'm interested in this level here, but it really needs to hold. Seems to be finding some support here around the volume weighted average price 287. Really, if I'm in here, it's just a quick scalp trade. I'll give it a try. I got filled.
SGRP.
Basically just gonna get right out if I can't hold.
SGRP.
To hold. Can we get some volume here?
SGRP.
Can we get some volume here? Alright, can we get some more volume here? Just a little bit more. Alright, it's not a bad trade. Little more. We'll think about taking it off. Gonna break 3. It's got some strength to her. Oh, some selling coming in. Don't like that at all. Yeah, I'm getting out. Won't like it. Getting out. Quick scalp. Probably not much. In terms of balances, made about 12 bucks on the trade. Decent trade, but nothing to write home about. Should have maybe held, but problem here is that $3 is either gonna break quick or it's gonna act as resistance, and I don't want to be holding into a resistant trade where people are shorting with a stop at $3. It actually did the same thing yesterday. So that's one of the reasons here. Like, I saw the support, so I wanted to take a quick scalp, mainly because I was streaming live. So, and I wanted to try to see how this works. But if you see yesterday, it's basically the same thing, right? It hit $3, and then people started shorting right at the $3 level, and it immediately rejected. And right out the gates today, you saw this push towards 350, and then look at the selling pressure, and it just rejected. And that's the big problem you have with buying and holding up at these levels, right? It's one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of get in and get out quick. What was it, 94.11? So I got in at 290, and I'm out at 294.11. So it's basically like 4 cents. I could have got more selling at the top of that candle, but it also could have flushed, right? And that's one of the things about these trades is that I'm not, a lot of times I'm trying to scalp. I'm not trying to hold. You can see on, I'll come back to AINC here, but on ANT earlier, and this is one of those ones where I, really, I couldn't get a full fill where I really wanted to, so I wanted to get fully filled at 265 here, but I only got a partial fill of 94 shares. So instead of the full 300 that I wanted to get in at, I got filled at 94, and that kind of bugged me because it immediately bounced, and I caught the rip up to 280. So I sold that into the rip. Unfortunately, I kind of was like, well, maybe this thing is going to have strength and hold the volume weighted average price. So I took another shot at it at 262, and it basically failed, and I stopped out. And because I took full size in this trade or in the second trade, it was ended up being a bigger loss than the first one was a win. So that really sucked, unfortunately. But what can you do? And for AINC, it was basically one of those things where I saw weakness. I wanted to short this thing. I tried to short this thing. As I showed yesterday, today was basically one of those days where I'm basically break even, maybe slightly green. But when you look at all the orders that I tried to send, that got canceled.
Trill.
And this is where I got the partial fill on ANTE. unfortunately. But if I was able to short ANT when I was trying to short it, if I was able to short PED when I was trying to short it, AINC when I originally was trying to short it at 921, these would have been huge trades. Now, I probably should have been more aggressive at trying to short AINC. It's because I was in up, trading ANT and a couple other stocks that I was trading, so I wasn't necessarily looking for any big movers. I was trying to just get in and out some quick scalps, so I was looking at whatever was moving the most of the time. Obviously, like with BNGO right here, it was the only thing that's really moving above the volume weighted average price, and with some sort of volume. You see 4 million shares in 1 minute is pretty big volume. But like I said, I really don't feel comfortable buying it at this level now, because of the fact that it's overextended. And at this level, you're looking at people shorting it with a stop at 310 and basically holding it. And this is the same thing that happened yesterday, which is why I'm very skeptical. But if it breaks 3 and can break 315 and push towards 350, it looks good. The problem is look what happened right out the gate, right? This candle went from 320 all the way to 350 and then rejected all the way back down. And then you shorted it, and these guys were laughing. And that's why you don't want to be getting long into these whole dollars if it can't break. If it like I took the quick scalp there, you can see it's dumping down now. It just dumped hard down back to 280 in the 280s, right? And that's why I'm not holding this thing and hoping for it to break 3. Maybe if I would have held a little longer to see if it actually could break 3, but when I saw that immediate resistance at like 296, 297, I was like, you know what, this thing's probably going to pull back, so I don't want to be holding into that dip. It looks like it might get halted now to the down. No, but it's definitely showing some downward momentum. It's probably going to fade, and the people that shorted up here at 3 are probably covering here, which is what you see this little bit of buying pressure, but then you're just going to get people shorting with a stop the VWAP. And I would be doing the same thing, but unfortunately I can't short BNGO. I learned that yesterday, that unfortunately I can't get shares to short, so I have to leave it alone. Anyway, that's BNGO. The other trade on ANT I already went over, so let's just go over the trade on AINC. Like I said, when I was going over the trades that didn't get filled, that all got rejected, or I just couldn't get. So what ends up happening sometimes is I get risk reviews, because they have these margin rates that are like 200%, so they don't want you to be putting, they want you to have enough money to be able to cover the trades. So it doesn't get filled right away. So a lot of times I'll put in the order and I'll have to wait. So I'll wait. This one, it was pretty quick, but it's only because I had tried to short it like 3 or 4 other times in this area here, because this was the setup I was waiting for and I was looking for, and I was actually trying to short it above the volume weighted average price, which I normally don't do. But with this weakness that I've seen here, I was basically trying to short it right in this area here. So when I saw it break down below the VWAP and then could not reclaim the VWAP, and you see the selling pressure coming in with these downward wicks, and it curls back up but then can't break above, you see weakness. So I was trying to short anywhere in there, and then it kind of ripped without me, so I was waiting for a pullback, or like a push back up. So it pushed back up all the way to 850, 855, and I was able to get the short there at 855, and I just held with basically my stop being the VWAP at 920, or just $9 as the whole dollar level, or even you can use the wick of this candle here. So 870, 875 is your stop if you want to have an even tighter stop. So that's where I got in with the short there at 855, and just held through that rip, almost a 10% drop, and I covered 778s. So that was the trade on AINC. Like I said, it was kind of weak pre-market. It kind of had that huge rip up, but then the fade, and then the fade again, as it rejected from the VWAP. And this thing, is one of those ones that really low float stocks, so I didn't want to be too aggressive, and I wanted to kind of have a tight stop, but I also wanted to be in for the downward move, because if these things don't rip, they will fade, and that's one of the reasons why. And it's even like volume. You can see like some of these candles, it's like 20,000 in volume, and it's still sending this thing down. In this one, it's only 75,000, but it's still put this thing almost 30 cents to the downside. So those are nice trades to do, just the technical kind of trades where you're looking at these levels of support and resistance and just playing them. My second trade on AINC today was probably the worst trade, the one that really screwed me today. I would have been quite nicely green. I am still green, but not as nice as I would have been if I wouldn't have taken the second trade here in AINC. I should have just been happy with this, and I would have been happy with that first trade if I was able to get a full fill. If that was a 300 share fill like I was trying to get instead of the partial 94, and I was able to sell that, I would have been happy with that, and I wouldn't have tried to take the second trade. I almost know that it was a FOMO. It was like, damn it, and not necessarily FOMO because I did catch it, but the fact that I didn't catch all of it, I was kind of like, oh man, let me try and get in now with full size, and obviously that was not the right idea. So I stopped out with a pretty tight stop, but still lower. I should have probably stopped out at 250, but I let it drop to 246, and fortunately lost on that trade. But 2 out of 3 today isn't bad. The AINC was a nice trade, nice technical trade. Even this trade was nice. You had this clear rejection, huge downward move from 3 to 265. I bought at 265 right at the low of that candle, and then caught that bounce up to 280 and sold into the bounce. And like I said, if that would have been a full fill instead of a partial, it would have been really nice trade, and I would have been happy with that. And then probably this trade on AINC, and I would have been walking away with a really nice green day. And this ANT trade is what is making my day not so nice, but it's still green day, so that's all you can do. Happy New Year's, guys. We'll see you in the new year, and like I said, I'm going to try and do these live streams a lot more. Hopefully it's going to work. I don't know with the YouTube and with my computer being kind of it's not a bad computer, but it's just not as new as some of the other streamers out there that I just don't want to have any problems with trading and with the software having any lag or issues like that. It seems to be working really well right now. The trades that I just took there on BNGO, I had really no lag, no problems, no issues, so it seems like it works pretty nice. So hopefully I'll make some more streams. I hope to be basically streaming all day, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm able to stream live every day and show you guys my trades live and not have to do recaps. But I do like the recaps as well, because it kind of helps me go over my trades, kind of go over why I was getting in and getting out, and why I took the trade that I did, and it helps me with my overall kind of studying and researching my own strategies and building on my own strategies. So this helps. Me going over and doing the recaps helps, so I might still do that even with the live streams. We'll see. But either way, please stay tuned, guys. Subscribe, like, comment below. There was a comment the other day about shorting, and the fact that I was not able to get shorts. Obviously today was another day where I wasn't able to get the shorts that I wanted, on HOTH, on what was it, BNGO, on PED. So a lot of these stocks I wasn't able to get shorts, shares to short, unfortunately. And that's my scanner going off, letting me know. It's precisiondaytrading.com scanner. So if you guys want to check them out on YouTube, PDT Precision Day Trading, they give us a live scanner every day. So I'm able to kind of take a look at that and see where what stocks are moving, see where the momentum is in the market, and be able to kind of base my day trades off of those stocks and those kind of alerts. So it's telling me kind of what's popping up. So right now, NEN or NEXT, or I don't know what stock it was just saying, METX. So METX right now is popping, and it's letting me know, saying hey, the stock just went up 10% basically, which it did. It's not a crazy move, but it's still decent, and we might get some continuation. So this is how you kind of get into those stocks quickly, see the momentum. It tells you which stocks are popping when you have these big rips. There might be some news on it, I don't know. So typically that would be kind of my go-to is kind of, let's see if there's news, to see why it's moving. Is there a catalyst, or is it just moving for no reason? And if it is, then what's the point of that? So this one looks like
AC.
Launch of its pre-sale for the Korean and Spanish courses on its Like Shoe platform. So it looks like it's an online education company in China, it looks like, or in Korea at least. So I'm not sure if it's higher education will be a hybrid and online learning. So they're trying to capitalize on the kind of online learning platforms, and they are breaking news that the company, through its online ELT platform, Like Shoe, had generated over RMB 10 million in gross. So that's Korean currency, I think, during the double 12 nationwide promotion activity on Tmall.com from December 1 to December 12. Interesting. So, there is a catalyst. It's not like there's no news to justify it popping like this. It doesn't seem like it's any crazy news, but, they are one of those kind of plays of COVID and future plays of the online kind of platform. How much are we going to rely on online learning? This thing, it's already fading, and you're probably going to see it fade back down towards the levels, but we'll see. We'll see where it trades. But, yeah, anyway. Let me know what you guys think, and thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the new year, and like I said, Happy New Year.